The summer counter-offensive in Ukraine is drawing to a close without making the breakthroughs so many had hoped for. Newsnight's diplomatic editor Mark Urban secured rare access to one brigade, the 24th Mechanised Brigade, who are fighting in the east. The men and their families spoke to him candidly about how they're bracing themselves for a long war with no end in sight.
In this war, there are the hunted and the hunters. The Ukrainians say their Russian enemy has far more drones, which makes camouflage and remaining unseen vital.
So we were expecting a fire mission within 5 minutes, and then word came down on the radio to stand down because a Russian drone has been sighted somewhere near here. And that's really very typical of what's been happening, a constant battle of wits, a deadly battle of wits.
This Russian video shows what happens if you get it wrong. Ukrainian self-propelled guns destroyed. We watched the artillery of the 24th Mechanised Brigade as its own drones searched for targets. Then the order came through that they had one. Once they'd fired, we were told to leave fast. A shell could soon be heading back in our direction.
So let's go.
Yeah.
We got an inkling of the stresses they're under, but soldiers live under it permanently.
Where was the incoming?
There, look, smoke.
Oh yeah, I've seen the smoke, yeah.
No date has been set for their demobilisation. It's extremely hard to live with that. Just how hard we saw at the medical centre, where one casualty was being brought in. It was described as a panic attack, and even our presence was setting people on edge.
We've had to leave the medical centre because the doctors were worried that our presence at the medical centre might make it a target.
But of course, just as this brigade is being hunted, it's also finding its own targets. We joined the drone company as it hunted Russians. And they can respond immediately by dropping various kinds of munitions. A new machine called an FPV can target the Russians even when they're taking cover inside buildings and trenches.
Here we have an assortment of FPV drones, so those are different manufacturers. Some are Ukrainian.
2 years ago, would you have ever imagined you would be doing this?
Oh no, God's sake, no. But what can we do? We can only fight and protect our land. I just wanted to stop and for our neighbors to go away.
It's this ability to see so much more and target it, some call it the transparent battlefield, that's made it so hard to take ground here. So much so that the men in this brigade are preparing for the autumn and winter ahead. Mark Urban, BBC News in eastern Ukraine.